at it again, and Elon has released some more files. Now, I feel like I haven't really touched on this enough, honestly. So I definitely wanted to make sure that I did touch on it. It's not something that I've been ignoring or anything. I've mentioned it in videos and whatnot. But apparently part 6 of the files have been released, and I'm hearing that some fishy stuff was really going on behind the scenes. So that's what I wanted to check out with you guys today. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Make sure you are following me on social media too. All of those links are down below in the description box. All right. And with that being said, let's dive in.
Fox News alert just moments ago on Twitter. Elon Musk just dropped part 6 of the Twitter files. Matt Taibbi is publishing them, and there are some bombshells. Documents prove the FBI was directly colluding with Twitter to shut down our speech. In just 2 years, Twitter's top censorship chief had over 150 emails from the FBI. 150. Sheesh. That's the kind of close relationship we call friends with benefits. His inbox was filled with emails like this. FBI San Francisco is notifying you the below accounts may potentially constitute violations of Twitter's terms of service. Really? Was Twitter working for the FBI, or was the FBI working for Twitter?
Yeah, that is quite. How are they going to notify Twitter of people violating Twitter's TOS, terms of service? What? Anyway,
I don't know. The FBI was demanding Twitter censor jokes. Look at this tweet. The FBI asked Twitter to delete proposed container ship if there's a worldwide recession. Really? Why does the
jokes?
Federal Bureau of Investigation care about jokes? Were they offended? Sex traffickers and terrorists are hatching plots, and the FBI has agents combing through social media for punchlines. Did Twitter say, hey, feds, we're a little busy here. Can you go bother Facebook? No. They said, yes, sir. Whatever you want me to do, sir. Even when Twitter scrambled for some justification for these stupid requests and they couldn't find anything, the FBI gave them a bunch of homeland security mumbo-jumbo about Russian disinformation and domestic violent extremists, and it worked like a charm.
The executive circulates the products, which are really DHS, sheesh, I can't talk, bulletins stressing the need for greater collaboration between law enforcement and private sector partners. Goodness gracious. Trying to silence us once again.
Every time accounts got nuked. There were a few Russian bots in 2016. Remember the bots that Hillary said cost her the election? So the FBI reacted this way. They cranked up a task force with 80 agents assigned to Twitter headquarters. 80 agents. The FBI had more agents at Twitter than Twitter had lobbyists in D.C. The FBI taking in-person meetings every week, handing over lists of names to censor to Twitter over lunch. This was happening as late as November 5th of this year. All this was going down while former FBI agents were working at Twitter, and the former top lawyer at the FBI was Twitter's top lawyer, James Baker.
If you guys didn't check out the video that I checked out yesterday with Uncle Trump, he had mentioned something about that. He said that there needed to be like a cooling off period from when, you know, an FBI, you know, employee, someone who worked in the FBI, CIA, DHS, you know, all of these different little entities, before they could then work in one of these social media companies in the private sector. And this is why he said that. Former FBI people working inside of Twitter who still had the connections with the FBI. Sheesh. This stuff is deep.
You know, the guy who killed the Hunter laptop and let loose the dossier. And when Elon Musk said he didn't buy a company, he bought a crime scene, he wasn't kidding. Let's turn it over to Buck Sexton. Buck Sexton, I mean, this is a guy who looks like he works for Twitter, and behind the scenes he goes, I can't believe the FBI is policing jokes on Twitter. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
And that is crazy, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, It's absolutely insane. I mean, there's a lot of dark humor involved here. For one, the FBI has no sense of humor. But also, this goes to a much more serious level because it seems the response of the FBI's massive failure in 2016 with regard to Russia collusion, the giant lie, the FISA warrants, all that stuff, Jesse, that you and I and everybody watching remembers, their response to meddling in all that in 2016, and I would argue trying to obviously help Hillary or bring down Trump, was to create an 80-person task force to do more election meddling the next time around, to avoid misinformation. The FBI is not in the speech policing business, or rather shouldn't be in that business.
They shouldn't
and
be,
now
but
we
they
have
are.
the smoking gun evidence. You know, what was it? 2 weeks ago, they were saying it's not a First Amendment violation if it's just the Biden campaign telling them to bring down accounts. It's a big First Amendment violation when the equivalent of our secret police are telling a private company, you've got to get rid of these people and take action against them. This is crazy.
And not only that, did they broke out the Hunter deal, they were going after things like some guy made a joke and said, don't forget to get out there and vote on Wednesday when the election was Tuesday. You know, it's like a joke. They were going after that guy. They had 80 guys on that guy. Think about all the stuff they're missing, Buck. What are they missing? Every time you hear up these guys shooting up nightclubs or, you know, trafficking in underage girls, you're thinking, where's the FBI? The FBI is here at Twitter having lunch and censoring jokes.
A guy made a joke. Cargo container on a boat, which was just an absolutely crazy photo. The big old cargo container on that little wooden boat. I mean, it wasn't a little wooden boat, but whoo. How in the world did they even get that on there? Anyway, and then a guy making a joke about Wednesday instead of Tuesday. It's a joke. But that's what you're finding more and more, is that the left does not like jokes. They hate comedy. They hate comedy. They literally tried to cancel Dave. A guy tried to put him in a pine box. I know you guys remember that. The guy ran on stage after Dave Chappelle at one of his shows. I mean, this stuff is just out of hand.
I mean, we have the worst fentanyl, worst methamphetamine problems right now in the history of the country and have had that for years.
Sad
the cartels
country,
are more
man.
powerful than at any time in memory.
They're trying to take us down a hole right now.
And the FBI's got 80 guys making sure you can't make jokes about the election.
Yeah.
This is something that I think cries out for congressional oversight and action. The House Republicans coming in need to drag some people over the coals on this one. I mean, they have to actually get serious about how could this have happened. Remember, we had the DHS Misinformation Board. Clearly, after 2016, there were deep state elements within the federal bureaucracy that decided to double down on all this. They really seem to believe that they have a right to tell us what we can and can't say, what can and can't be shared online. That has massive implications. These people talk about our sacred democracy all the time. One of the best ways to undermine it is to have the federal police force policing jokes, telling people they can't make fun of the opposition party or the party in power. So this is a massive problem, and now we see just how close and cozy the relationship was between what's effectively the intelligence community here, the FBI is a part of it, and big tech collusion, and also the wokesters at the very top. You see this once again. These people have no sense of humor. They are malcontents. They are bitter about life. And they will turn the FBI on you for a joke. Now we know it's true.
And the FBI is a joke, and that's what's sad. And now it looks like Elon nuked a bunch of mainstream reporter accounts because they were doxing him, telling everybody where his jet was landing in real time, and they're all whining about it. How do you think that's going to play out?
Well, you know, Jesse, these are the same people, the same voices on the left who say that misgendering is literally violence or using the wrong pronoun. That's violence. That has to be policed on Twitter and on any social media platform. But sharing the real-time information of the richest man in the world who's an obvious political target, while he's with his family, by the way, while he's with his children, they pretend like there aren't immediate safety implications from that. So it's unsafe if you
Hypocrites.
say something that hurts liberal feelings, but it's very safe to talk about where Elon Musk is traveling at any point in time when he's become a lightning rod and a very controversial figure. I think an incredibly brave
Hypocrisy.
and important one in this country. But that just goes to show you there's no principles involved here. There's just the desperate leftist demand and the outcry for power. And they've lost some of it here with Twitter. Elon has taken one of their favorite toys away, and they're crying about it a lot.
It really is true. Thank you so much, Buck. Great.
Facts. Elon took one of their powerful tools away, and they want it back. And they realized how much power that tool truly held. I mean, they still have Facebook, but Facebook, I feel like, has been on the downslide. You know, Twitter, like Elon said, had become like the de facto public square. By the way, if you don't have a Twitter account, highly encourage you to create one. Let's make Twitter a great place of you know, free speech, or closest thing to true free speech that we could possibly get. It's not perfect, and nothing in life is. So because you know, I saw some people really trying to, and I saw like conservatives really trying to rail into Elon because it wasn't free and totally free speech, you know, because he banned the accounts that were posting about his location. And I'm like, it's not perfect. Nothing in life ever will be perfect, you know. So while it's not perfect, it's 1,000 times better than what we had before. I can legitimately hop on Twitter and disagree with somebody without fear of being banned. I don't have to worry about that. Now, obviously, if I post Elon's location, you know, that's a different story. But that's part of the terms of service, right? So I think we have to be careful when we're like getting way too deep into complaining, because then we just sound no better than the left. The left complains about anything and everything. Like he just said, they complain that, you know, it's violence to disagree with them. You know, that's we've seen the videos, we've watched it together, where they've literally said that. I'm like, wait, what? Speech is violence? How? Like, in what way? Like, does it, like, is me saying, you know, X, Y, and Z like an uppercut? Like, is it a jab? Is it a right hook? Is it a left hook? Is it a haymaker? Like, is it a knockout blow? Is it a gut? Is it a kick to the groin? Like, what kind of violence is that? Is it bullets? You know, like, please let me. You know what I mean? Like, is it a slap to the face? Like, let me know. What exactly is it? And then if I actually, if it is a slap in the face, what happens? What is it if I actually slap you in the face? Like, with my hand, not just my words. Like, what is that then? Is that equivalent to a punch? And if that's equivalent to a punch, what is a punch? You know, it's funny, but it's just like, wait, what? Can anybody make this make any type of sense? But hey, this is the world we are living in, and we have to take our victories when we have them. And I believe with Twitter, we do have a little bit of a victory there, especially with all of this being exposed. Because now all of these leftists can't be like, oh, no, that's not true. They aren't doing that. Yes, they are. And it's been proven. We can see it now. So let's just take our victories. All right. Doesn't mean that we have to necessarily settle, but let's not ridicule the man who, and I think Elon is even tiptoeing around things because he's kind of playing the money game, so to speak. Like, he doesn't want to lose all of that money. And I don't blame him. You know, I don't blame him. He spent $44 billion on this. I wouldn't want to tank it either. You know, especially since he has investors as well that are dependent upon him to, you know, make sure this comes through. So, yeah, that's just the way that I feel about it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.